Hey everybody, this is Joe and I'm here in my Houston, Texas garden and I'm in zone 9A, and this is sort of a second half of my video because the skies opened up a few minutes ago and I had to stop filming. I got too wet. So I thought I'd kind of finish up. Oh, there's Miss Doubtfire. Hello. This rose I started on is Excellence von Schubert, and it is so pretty. And let's see if it smells good. I have too many roses, I can't keep track. It has a very faint scent, but it's very pretty. Well, I'm gonna come around here and show you I made myself a little walkway of new mulch so I would know where I could stand and not stand. But now I'm getting where the leaves are. I'm in no man's land. Now I did take out, there was a ton of, here and out there, a ton of evening primrose, and it was spreading. It's a wildflower that I did plant here last year, and it's so pretty, and I have some I'm allowing to bloom, but it is so invasive, and somebody very helpfully commented last week, I think, that they had to tear a whole flower bed out just to get rid of it, and so I thought I better start tearing this out ASAP. So that's what I've done, and I'm sure there's plenty left, but I think I'm going to be tearing it out for years to come. Here's the most fun thing going on here is this cleome that survived the winter and is 3 feet taller than all of its friends. And so it's standing here in the middle, proudly in the middle of the garden. I've got another one right there underneath the, right next to the white little trellis there. And I found another, I'm very excited, I found another little poppy. I'm so thrilled when I find a poppy. And then there's another Amy there that I wasn't sure what it was, but I've got another one there. And then I dug one up. It was in the gravel, and I just know I don't need anything that's 4 feet tall in the gravel. But I planted it here. They have a taproot. I knew it wasn't going to be happy, but I have a little hope that there's enough green on there that if I keep from stepping on it, that maybe I will get something out of it. Oh, and I've got the first few roses here on, this is Caldwell Pink. Isn't it sweet? And it comes in little clusters. You can see little clusters along. And that is a wonderful little rose, and it's gonna pop in a couple of weeks. I can see so much new growth on it. And I'll walk back on my little walkway here. Look at my poppies. I can't even believe it. I wanted a lot of poppies, and I've got a lot of poppies, and probably a good gardener would go in here and, thin them out. I probably will not. Here's the pretty parasols, just looking really pretty right now. And another one coming back here pretty strong, and so I'm real happy that they are coming back. Oh look, here's another poppy. Yay, I'm so excited when I see them. So I wanted the whole yard to look like this. So next year maybe I'll do it, but we'll see if those make it through the heat. Here's that gomphrena in a pot that I moved last week, and it's coming back so nicely. Oh look at this little stinker. You see that little guy? Oh, he's so naughty, but he's eating, that's the bottom of a pansy, and I think they really like to eat pansies. So I am gonna put him in my compost pile, but not at the moment while I'm making a video. I did that on the last video a couple of minutes ago. So I'm gonna sit him here. I'll find you in a minute, sir. You're lucky I'm not gonna smush you. Well, I've got so many beautiful kalanchos blooming, And then I've got this is a native fern that I've dug out of the front yard. Excuse me, I'm still waiting for my new tree to go in, and I knew they would step on these whilst putting the tree in. And so those are just in a holding pattern. They've done really well just sitting in a bucket for a week, and hopefully they'll make it till next Tuesday and sit in the bucket then. Excuse me. I've got all of these wonderful seedlings I redid. They're about 9 days old. All of these little things, they're all about 9 days old. And I've actually taken a couple things out and put them in the ground. You can see the little holes there. It is going to get into the mid 40s for the next 3 or 4 nights. And I am trying to figure out whether these are going to end up in my guest bathroom or not, because the reason I replanted them is because they were stunted because of cold soil. So I put a few in the ground to kind of see if the soil was warm enough. And I'm going to take a few. I might put them in the garage, unknown at this point. Here's my fun little, well, I've got my few tomatoes growing, and I've got basil in the tomato pots. And then I just bought some basil plants and popped one of my volunteer parsleys in the middle of that. So I cook so much with basil, I really wanted some already going. And then here's my fun little kale. I just love the color. I'm sort of, I'm always copying Rachel over at Gulf Coast Butterfly Gardening on her YouTube channel, and she's got an awesome, beautiful kale, so I couldn't pass that up. Now I have bought for the front yard, on the front porch and my little planters up there, I've bought some really pretty bright geraniums that will show up against the house, and so I will put those in fairly quickly. And then I did buy a little patio tomato plant. Now it did already have tomatoes on it when I bought it, but I think it will only get about a foot high, and I thought it was kind of a kick, and so I stuck it in here with the flowers. This is that Cecile Bruner rose, and my goodness, it has gotten so big so fast, and I'm just really happy about that. And then, once this weather is over next week, I think I'm going to do a video about how to tie up and support climbing roses. You can see how the new growth is coming off the top. If you put a little bit of strain, a little stress on the cane, it will pop up. It just sort of responds by sending up new shoots along that cane that you have stressed a little bit. And so I'll probably I might tie this up today. It's getting so big so quickly. So it looks like I gave you my tutorial now instead of later, but I'll show you what happens with it next week. Here is another rose that's doing really well. This is Felicia, and you can see how I have already sort of tied it to the side. I'm going to put more supports over here in the future, but it's got all kinds of new growth on it, and I'm really pleased with that. I've gotten flowers off of it before, but this is the first time it's really looked awesome. Here's my little plant, my little Mrs. B. Arcant that really kind of didn't do well. I've got another piece that's not looking well after the foundation was worked on. But this one looks really well. That's the Mystery Rose. And I've got Climbing Iceberg up here, which is just going over. And the last little thing I'll show you is my passion vine. It's gotten a little tangled up with this foxtail fern, but this is a passion vine, and this is the host plant for Gulf fritillary butterflies. And so I'm super excited to have one. Let's look, there's a little leaf that's been chomped on. I was thinking maybe there might be a butterfly under there. I'll have to inspect it for some eggs. I haven't seen any many Gulf fritillaries in the yard in the last couple weeks. I've seen one or two, but not a lot. So I'm training that up onto this wire. And theoretically, it can be a big vine. And so I think I bought a variety that can be about 20 feet high. So I can get it to go up kind of over, and hopefully I won't let it get into the rose, but I've got all of this, all these little diamonds also to sort of train it. And so I hope that's really pretty. And just a quick update on my my peaches and cream, what's that called? It's a vine. The variety is peaches and cream. What is the word? Honeysuckle. There's the word. I'm having a moment. This is the peaches and cream honeysuckle I put in last year and has never looked good, but it's got a little bit coming on, and I'll start training that up this fence. I don't know what to do. You know, I've got this. If you have advice for me, this is last year's, but it's just bare all the way down. I don't know. Do I leave that, or do I trim it at the ground, at the base, and let it all come up again? Unclear. And I said I was going to end a minute ago, and I haven't, but I really will end. This is a little daisy that you know, they grow these in England. It just comes up in the walkway, you know, and people's flower beds all over the place. And I planted some. This is an Origeron daisy, and I really hoped it would be pink. I grew from seeds, so I'm pretty proud of myself. But it's really puffing up and looking really sweet. So we'll see what that does, and if it self-seeds everywhere this year. I hope so. Well, thank you guys for looking at my second video during my little break in the storm. Y'all have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.